Advertising message objectives. In this lecture, we're going to talk about the 10 most common message objectives for advertising. The first one is promote brand recall. A major goal of advertisers is simply to get consumers to remember the brand name. This is referred to as brand recall. Advertisers not only want consumers to remember the name, but also want the name to be the first name consumers remember when they're ready to purchase a brand in that product category. So it's the top of the mind. They want to be at the top of the mind. So the methods to achieve this goal are repetition of ads. So it's just as simple as it sounds. This is done by having a lot of ad space, or even better, buying a lot of ad space from a variety of different media. So, like print, social media, TV, radio. Promoting brand recall is also done by repeating the brand name within the copy itself. The second way to promote brand recall is through taglines. Taglines help link a brand name to something memorable. So when you see this tagline, just do it, everybody knows that that tagline goes with Nike. So you're remembering the brand name because of the tagline. The other one is jingles. So if you can think for a moment of a jingle that you've heard that has stuck in your mind, and if it played, you know all the words to it, or you know what brand it goes to. So how about this one?
800-588-2300 Empire. Today.
So that is Empire, their 800 jingle. That jingle has been around since 1977 and it's still playing today. And when people hear it, they know the words to it, even though it's just a short jingle. And you may not be looking to buy carpet right now, but the goal is when you are looking to buy carpet, that their brand is the top of the mind. So that is the promote brand recall objective. And these are the methods to achieve that objective. The second one is to link key attributes to the brand. This objective focuses on a brand's feature that the competition do not have. So for example, if Chrysler had a better warranty than Ford, then this sort of key feature becomes an objective of the message strategy. So one of the ways to do that is unique selling proposition. USP should not be something, this is the first time you heard of it. This is very common, and it's just a specific, unique, or relevant benefit to the customer that you can point out about your brand that no other brand can point it out. The third one is to persuade the consumer. So the first way to do this is reason why ads. In reason why ads, the advertiser reasons with the potential consumer why the brand will be satisfying or beneficial to them. These ads are very specific in saying the reason why you should buy their brand. Hard sell ads. These are high pressure ads with a sense of urgency. Phrases like act now, limited time offer, this is your last chance to save. They're usually not visually pleasing, but think about like Black Friday ads or holiday ads. Everything is urgent. If you want to get this deal, it's urgent. So those are hard sell ads. And then you have informational ads. These ads look to educate consumers. They contain a lot of information about the brand, like the stats and ingredients and things of that nature. Traditionally, banks and insurance and mortgage ads have this type of feel to them. Demonstration ads. These are ads that show how if you use this brand, how it's going to work for you. So an ad that shows how shaving with electric razor shaves very close to the skin, um, being able to show that it works instead of just talking about your brand or just showing the brand, you're demonstrating how to use it and how well it works. And then you have infomercials. Infomercials can be from 5 minutes to 60 minutes. They play out on TV and they kind of run like a documentary like program. It's you can look at it as an extended advertisement. And then the last one is comparison ads. Basically, the brand is comparing themselves to the competition. So if you look at the example in this ad is for Tylenol, and they're comparing themselves to Excedrin. So both of these are for headaches. Excedrin is a medicine that is just for headaches, and then Tylenol you can use for headaches as well. However, Excedrin has caffeine in it where Tylenol doesn't. So in this ad, they're saying, okay, we don't have caffeine, Excedrin does. Do you want a relief from your headache or do you want caffeine? So even though they're not showing directly the name of the brand Excedrin, you can tell that it's Excedrin from the color of the bottle, the color of the pills. You see EX, even though the brand is not shown explicitly. So here's another example. Now these are TV ads, comparison ads to persuade the consumer. So this started off, this is cell phone companies. So this started off with Verizon releasing an ad targeting toward T-Mobile and Sprint.
RootMetrics, in the nation's largest independent study, tested wireless performance across the country. Verizon won big with 153 state wins. AT&T got 38, Sprint got 2, and T-Mobile got 0. Verizon also won first in the U.S. for data, call speed, and reliability. AT&T got text. Stuck on an average network? Join Verizon, and we'll cover your cost to switch.
Okay, so they actually mentioned the competition and they compared themselves to them, saying that they're a better brand. And so Sprint responded to that ad with this.
Recently, Verizon had to use tiny red balls to try to make you think they had a much better network. But there's one big thing they left out. The new Sprint LTE Plus network delivers faster download speeds than Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile based on data from an independent third party. That's because we've been obsessed with building the network of the future. And to celebrate, we're cutting their rates in half. Switch to Sprint and save 50% on most Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile rates. You get the new LTE Plus network and we'll cover your cost to switch up to $650 per line.
And of course, T-Mobile had to respond as well.
In the last 2 years, Verizon only added LTE coverage for 5 million people. T-Mobile, they added 100 million.
Verizon didn't tell you that, did they? T-Mobile doubled its LTE coverage in the last year, now reaching nearly everyone Verizon does. Plus, our extended range LTE goes twice as far and is 4 times better in buildings than before. And T-Mobile is America's fastest 4G LTE network. Switch today.
And then you had US Cellular that decided they wanted to get in on it.
What's all this nonsense about balls? Pink balls, blue, yellow, red? It's hard to keep the whole thing straight. And all these so-called deals, well, they come with a lot of deal breakers. Like when you leave the city, the signal goes weak. US Cellular built a network to give you a stronger signal when the other guys don't. And as for deals, how's $300 back for every line you switch? $300. No ball nonsense. Get $300 per line and a stronger signal in the middle of anywhere.
Okay, so there you have it, comparison ads. So continuing on to persuading the consumer, You also have testimonial ads. So there are three types of testimonial ads. The first one is celebrity spokesperson. And the belief is a celebrity will attract attention from the target, and the target will want to imitate that celebrity and the brands that they consume. Now we're going to come back to this one after we talk about the next two. The next type of testimonial is expert user. So an expert for a brand is viewed as having expert product knowledge. So you see ads like dentist recommended or doctor recommended, something like that. So like for this one, Sensodyne, you have this person who's a dentist and they're saying, hey, this brand works. So you're more likely to believe it because you have an expert that's saying that it works. And then you also have an average user testimony. So this person fits the target market. The goal is to make the potential consumer feel like, hey, that person is similar to me and likes that brand. Therefore, I think I'll like that brand as well. So, like in this ad, it's not a brand, it is a service. But you have this lady here who is a cancer patient and a cancer survivor. So, if I was one that had cancer, I could possibly be persuaded by this because University Cancer Center, they helped this patient be a survivor. So maybe I should look into this company or this brand because she's just like me. And so that's their goal with that. So going back to celebrity spokespersons can be very tricky because as soon as something goes wrong, it reflects on the brand, and then the brand would maybe drop that person as their spokesperson. So, for example, Rihanna represented Nivea skincare product line. She was dropped from her deal with them after the company stated that she was too raunchy and too risky for their skincare brand. And this was after they sponsored a concert for her in 2012. So her performance kind of turned them off and they didn't want to be associated with her in that way. It's kind of ironic that this particular ad here, Rihanna looks like she's nude. And even though it's not quote unquote raunchy, it's still, she's nude. So, you're judging her. You didn't look into the type of performances that she did before. So that was a very interesting thing that happened there with Rihanna and Nivea. With Ray Rice, at the TMZ released a video of Ray Rice. Now he was an NFL Baltimore Raven running back. In the video, he is knocking his fiance unconscious in an elevator. He was cut from the team. Nike pulled his jersey from stores, and every sponsor dropped him, including Dick's Sporting Goods. This happened in 2014. Manny Pacquiao is a boxer, and he was campaigning to be a senator in the Philippines, where he's from. And he reportedly said that gay people were worse than animals. His main sponsor, Nike, which had partnership with several LGBTQ groups, quickly dropped him for making that statement. And then you have Chris Brown. Chris Brown was dropped from his endorsement with Wrigley when he was charged with domestic violence against Rihanna. And this happened before Rihanna was dropped from Nivea. And when they decided to drop him, they had just released this particular ad. Okay, so these are your first three common message objectives. We're going to pick up on a part 2 of this lecture with number 4.